Episode 2, our first week on the trip. After a bit of a slow start to our departure due to a few farewell drinks turning into 3 a.m, we were excited to get on the road and find some warmer weather. Before getting too far though, we called into Cab to say a quick thank you for all their help with our roof conversion. Then, our first stop for the night was a bush camp near Cervantes to then go and check out the Pinnacles Desert in the morning.
A bit of a fresh start to the first official day of the trip, though we rolled out early to beat the crowds at the Pinnacles. These limestone formations in the Nambung National Park are the main attraction of the Cervantes area and range in size up to 5 metres high and 2 metres wide, and were formed thousands of years ago.
We then spent a night in the dunes just south of Geraldton, where we got to enjoy a couple of drinks whilst watching our first sunset for the trip before we made our way up to Kalbarri. So I just wanted to give you all a look around our campsite from last night, which we found on our way up to Kalbarri National Park, and we were lucky enough this morning to open the window and get to see lots of whales swimming past. Over the centuries, the coastal cliffs of Kalbarri, which plunge more than 100 metres to the ocean, have witnessed many shipwrecks. We were able to enjoy the coastal sights, though unfortunately couldn't explore the inland gorges as the roads were under construction. Walking around, checking out the sights in Kalbarri National Park. How good is this? Just staying by the river tonight. And then look at this beautiful little swan family. Look at all the babies! Our next stop is the Shark Bay World Heritage Area, which became Western Australia's first World Heritage listed area in 1991. It is one of 2 World Heritage areas within WA and one of only 16 Australia-wide. I made it! Wow! That's lovely. Oh, look at the rays down there.
Yeah. I wonder if they came because of my rock.
That is so cool. Let's get in the water. See if I can zoom in on them. So this is our first stop in the Shark Bay protected area, and we walked up this bluff and we're so unfit. Whew. Yeah, we need to get on top of that. How good is this view though? We've just come into Denham Town Centre to get some information on where we can and can't fish, so we don't get ourselves into some trouble. letting the tyres down before we go into Francois Peron National Park. There's the entry point. We spent a night in Francois Peron National Park. The park is known for its contrasting red cliffs, white beaches, blue waters and plenty of roaming wildlife. We only stayed one night though, as we decided to keep driving in search of some warmer weather. We've just come up to Point Perron, and this is the first time that I've ever seen really red dirt. And it's just so pretty here, it looks so good against the blue water. Stopped last night on our way to Coral Bay, so we're about another 80 kilometres to Coral Bay, but it was about 9 o'clock by the time we got here last night. A peaceful paddock. Just pulling into Coral Bay. Look at all the caravans. Holy Jolie. Our first impression of Coral Bay is pretty lovely.
The Ningaloo Reef is one of the longest fringing coral reefs in the world. Stretching for more than 300 kilometres, the reef is unlike most coral reefs in that it runs very close to the shore. In most places along the reef's length, the coral is only metres from the beach, making for some of the best shore diving that we've ever found. As a review of how week one unfolded, I would say it's been a great week. Glad to be finally on the road. I felt a little rushed, as we definitely could have spent longer in some places, though the aim was to try and get north, away from the cold, howling southerlies, and into little spots like this on the beach just south of Coral Bay. Jolie was kind enough to pass on her cold, so hopefully by the next episode we sound a bit more full of life. We'll give a rundown on the trip and the route plan, along with the weekly progress in the next episode, so be sure to subscribe. I'll see you then.